What's going on YouTube? Maximus Aquatics here again, and today I want to talk about some new goodies for the fish room. Got some new additions. Here we go again. But I just wanted to share it with you, some things I picked up. Got some really good deals on some new items for the man cave slash fish room. So let's check it out. Alright, so let's take a walk back here first of all. Take a peek at the 180. Doing good. I cannot keep sand in the middle of this tank for the life of me. They like to school there in the evening, as you can see they're starting to do. And I've got light diffuser under the sand to protect the bottom of the tank from the rocks and such. And I put it back and then they hover and fan it all back out again. Drives me crazy. But other than that, that tank is doing good. Rosalind sharks are doing stellar. This video really doesn't do them justice, but they're pushing 3-4 inches now. I like the natural scape of this tank. It's very relaxing. But as you can see, I am acquiring quite a lot of decor. So looking to do some new scapes, which brings me to this setup. This is a Marineland ensemble. I did repaint the stand and I am in the process of painting the background black. I decided to do that. The tops for this tank were actually broken when I got it. So Marineland has been so gracious to send me new tops. So huge shout out to Marineland and Spectrum Brands for taking care of their people. You guys rock. So yeah, I'm up in the air about exactly what I'm going to do with this setup. But if you have any suggestions or ideas, I'm all ears. But I am excited to get this one going. And then, I can't believe what I got this for. It's crazy. I get so lucky on, pardon the mess, it's the storage side, but I get very lucky on Facebook Marketplace. But this is a 125 gallon with a cherry stand. So it's a nice stand. And the tank is in really good shape. Also came with these Marineland Penguin 350s, which I do like these filters. I'm more familiar with the 400 Emperor 400, and I guess they now also have a Emperor like 450 Pro, which I'm kind of interested in, but I'm not real sure if these filters are going to do it for me on a tank this size. And I also got the Marineland LED light, but I scored this setup for, believe it or not, 75 bucks. Did have to drive about an hour and a half to pick it up, but well worth it. Which brings me to asking for your help again. What would you put in this setup if you had this in your home? I'm leaning towards Oscars again. I had them years and years ago. That's where the name Maximus actually comes from. I had a large older cichlid. His name was Maximus. Unfortunately he passed, but that is where the name originated, and he was a beast. So what would you put in a tank this size? I'm thinking Oscars. I'm tempted to get back into African cichlids, but I am worried that it's going to drive my MTS, multiple tank syndrome, back into overdrive, and I'm going to end up with piles of tanks again, which I really don't want to do that. And it just happens with Africans because they're aggressive, they beat each other up. You know, you got to quarantine stuff when it comes in. It's just a lot to keeping them. They are well worth the efforts, but it does suck when you're trying to do everything right and one of them takes another one out due to the hierarchy. It can be quite frustrating, as I'm sure a lot of you have experienced. So any ideas, any input on what you would put in this? I'm looking at even Severums, and I'm just kind of at a loss, but I would really like to get this one up and going. This tank is actually going to end up on this wall here. Clone troopers are getting relocated, but it's going to fit real well right here. And I want it to kind of be in the main area of the man cave. This love seat is going out, and this stand and all of this is going to get shifted to where the love seat sits. I'm really struggling with having both these hobbies down here. As much as I enjoy it, it is making me nervous because I'm surrounding my other hobby of collecting Star Wars items by a bunch of water, which doesn't really seem that smart. So I've even contemplated moving all of this Star Wars stuff up into another room upstairs that I have, but I'm just worried I'm not going to be up there as much because this is where I kind of spend most of my time. So it just seems crazy to have all this down here with all this water. God forbid something ever happened, but you know, what would you do in that situation? So any input is appreciated. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and have a great one.